MMORPGs are a type of game that brings people back year after year, and people spend so much time in one world or in many different worlds. If you like to travel around all the different MMORPGs, and if you like to maybe even stick to just the one and spend all your time in one game, have you ever wondered why we play these games and what keeps us interested? Well, is it going to be the fact that you're exploring a brand new world that you've never sort of seen, you're wondering what's around that corner and what surprises are ahead for yourself? Or is it throwing an enemy to the dirt, knowing that you are stronger than that person and proving yourself in a big PvP battle? Or that rush that you get going into a boss dungeon and picking up the rare item that has been sworn that you will receive if you spend enough time killing that boss? Well, today, these are the sort of things we're going to be looking at and finding out 5 reasons why people play MMORPGs and why you stick around. How's it going, guys? So, just before we jump into this video on 5 reasons why people play MMOs, I just wanted to mention to you guys about EXITLAG. Now, I'm sure you've heard of this before, but if it's not something you've tried yet, do give it a go if you are playing MMOs and you do struggle with ping, or even if you just want to increase your connection to any game really whatsoever. Follow the link in the description or in the pinned comment. Download the free trial to this. You don't even need to use anything like a card or details to do it. You literally just need to create a login, download the trial, and go ahead and try it out. And if it does help you out, then you can then decide whether you want to make a subscription or not. If you do decide to give a subscription to this, then use code INIT, I-N-I-T, at checkout, and you'll get yourself 20% off. Anyway, without wasting more of your time, let's jump into the video. Reason number 1 that I feel like people, including myself, enjoy MMORPGs so much is the whole new world aspect of when you load up a new game that's just been released, or even one that you've just not tried yet. You drop in there as a new character, and if it's an open world, you've got so much to explore. You can literally wander off in any direction, finding out what's over the next hill, what's around the next bend, and hoping to God that you go around that corner and get slain by something that is way higher level than you are. Well, this gives such a rush, and the fact that you are there in a new world, learning everything and taking everything in, whether it's a stunning scenery or a deadly looking boss over the horizon, wondering if you can kill that or not. These are the sort of things that are going to pull you into this game and make you feel like you need to explore every single inch of this world. Just remember the feeling of playing your first MMORPG. For myself, it was RuneScape. I dropped into this world, I didn't have a clue what to do, first game I've ever really played, and I just wandered around for ages, seeing all these people running past me, thinking, wow, these are the people playing games, and I'd never seen anything quite like it, where I could go anywhere that I wanted to go, and I could just talk to anybody that I wanted to talk to, but everything in this world seemed to have meaning. I wasn't just going over to this bit for no reason. Wherever I went, there was people killing cows, or there was people slaying other monsters, people trading, people luring other people. But, you know, everything sort of had a meaning, and the open world just sort of came together and made everything really have a reason behind it, and made everything feel worthwhile. There's just not really many other sort of games that are going to give you that feeling that you're in a world that when you do stuff, it does actually matter and makes you care about it. Discovering all sorts of new things and going on an adventure of your own on a whole new world ties us into reason number 2, a sense of achievement. MMORPGs bring you this sense of achievement that you won't be able to get anywhere else other than maybe being on a leaderboard and having a higher rank than somebody, or even just killing someone in a MOBA game and that being it for the next maybe 10 minutes or 20 minutes, whereas on an MMORPG, everything you do is saved to your character as well, so you can put that on display for other people, you can make achievements that you can't really get in other games, and you can get such a rewarding feeling out of doing things in these sort of games that no other game can give you. Do you remember standing outside your first dungeon or looking at your first boss thinking, I'm such a noob, this is never going to work, I'm going to die over and over again? And to be honest, you probably even did. I know I did. Going on my first boss, trying to kill them, dying again and again and again. But eventually, you work out exactly how to kill that boss. You make that boss regret ever being in that game. And that overwhelming feeling that you get as you walk out of that area or zone, knowing that every single bit of effort you put into killing that boss was absolutely worth it. But not only that, seeing as this is an MMORPG, you know that that's not the end of it, and there's definitely more challenges just like this to accomplish over the horizon. Strangely, number 2 leads us directly into number 3. Well, it's kind of funny how this is working out, isn't it? Well, number 3, a sense of recognition. Have you ever been wandering around somewhere after you've got one of these big achievements of killing a boss or doing something specific in game, and someone's recognized you and gone, that's you, you've done this. And you've heard of people, I'm sure, YouTubers who have done things like being the first person to kill this boss solo, or being the first person to kill Talos in RuneScape at Max and Rage, or in ArcheAge, you've got the people that you know lead an absolutely brilliant raid, and you only really jump in the raid when you see that name advertising it in the chat, and that's what makes you sort of stick around and recognize that person. Well, how do you think being that person feels? It's an addicting feeling. Even myself, when I'm playing and people recognize that I'm making these YouTube videos and they talk to me about it and ask me questions about it, and just that sense of recognition is something that keeps people playing MMORPGs, because if you work hard for something and you've made those achievements, then getting that recognition that you've done it and being able to get your name recognized and being something part of a community is just an amazing feeling. So there is no doubt in my mind that recognition is something that will keep people playing MMORPGs and striving to be that person whose name is remembered and people may even talk about when they're not even around. In these massive worlds of MMORPGs, everything that you do means something and counts towards an end goal that you have, and then when you log off and come back later on, your character is where you left them, and everything you've done in the past is still there, and it's still something that you've accomplished. And that is why progression is my number 4 on this list, because MMOs are games that people can invest a lot of time into, but when it gets to the end of it, you've still got that character there showing for everything that you have done. Your character in this game becomes more than just a character. It's something that you've spent so long doing. You've been sat there and you've been grinding out these hours. You've been working towards these targets. You've been gathering up all the loot you can find to make your person stronger. It becomes more than just a character on your screen. It becomes someone that you actually care about, because you want your character to be stronger than everybody else's. You want to be able to reach this goal that you have set yourself. And MMORPGs give you that progression, and they allow you to work on it at your pace, and they allow you to show for everything that you have done. As a bit of a bonus point for progression, it's also incredibly useful for you casual gamers out there. You guys that don't have that half an hour to 50 minutes to sit down and play a full game of Dota 2, or the time to invest in putting your skills to the test in those sort of games. But it's perfect for you guys that have 20 minutes here and there. You may find an hour one night, but you might not others, and you want to sit down and you want your progress to be saved, and you want to be able to work on something in your own time, and just be able to make sure that everything you do has a meaning to it, and it's not completely wasted. So, surprisingly or not, number 5 is linked directly to progression as well, and it is being the very best. Everybody who plays MMORPGs have had this thought at one point, and casual gamers, even you, let's not lie to ourselves, you've all wanted to be the very best in the game. Now, it's probably not something that's very realistic for a lot of people who play the game, because one, you might not have the time to sit there all day every day and play. Also, you may not completely understand how MMORPGs work, but everybody has this drive to be the very best person, whether it's the best in the whole game and you're number 1 on this leaderboard, or whether it's just better than most people that you run into. You may be playing an open world PvP game, such as Black Desert Online, and you just want to be able to go everywhere, and if anyone tries to fight you, you know that you can absolutely destroy them, and that is something that you all work towards. Everybody who plays MMORPGs want to be better than the next person. It might not be something that you want to do just because it's competitive, but just because it gives you that sense of everything that I've spoken about in this video. It gives you the sense of achievement. It gives you the sense of recognition. You're building on your progress, and you're doing this in a whole new world that you've just started playing, or that you may not have finished exploring yet, even after all the years that you have been playing. And being the very best is something that everyone will want to work towards, and it's something that gets incredibly addicting, because you know for a fact that if you are better than that other person, that it gives you a rush, and it gives you everything that everyone wants to work towards. Every single MMORPG, really, the end game, you're building your character to be the best that it can be, and that's so that you can be better than everybody else. Well guys, that's number 5, and that's my 5 reasons why I think people play MMORPGs. Obviously, there's a lot more reasons, and these are just my thoughts. So let me know in the comments down below why you stick around in MMORPGs and what draws you in and gives you that addiction that everybody seems to get from these games. And also, let me know what games you're playing. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like so that I know you did, and also consider subscribing. A lot of time goes into these videos, and I really do hope to keep making them in the future. So every time you subscribe, every time you leave a like, it makes me realize that you guys are enjoying my content and I'm doing something right. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. See you later guys. Bye.